My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Oh, Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside.
But you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited to be at the mansion party. You be looking in all the goddamn rooms, and you around and look.
And I'm really sorry. And she got hurt. She bled a lot, and she got really sick. And I didn't get to see her anymore.
For years, Katt Williams has made claims about the entertainment industry. And now some people online believe his comments about Diddy deserve another look. Around the time Diddy announced an adoption during an Instagram live, reports began circulating that a young woman named Ava had gone missing. The video was later removed, and she was reportedly never featured again. Around the same period, her social media accounts also disappeared, adding to the speculation about what happened to her. Online posts have since claimed that Ava may have been connected to people who were allegedly exploited within the entertainment industry. There are also new claims attempting to connect her to an island estate associated with Diddy. However, these allegations have not been independently confirmed, so they should be treated as claims and speculation, not established facts.
There's a picture of a baby. They got a picture of a bunch of kids tied to a wall. It's actually an auction. They're tied to a wall, and they're hanging on the wall. That's another form of an auction. Some auctions are very pretty. Some you get to stand. Some you got to be. I had some really weird auctions. Some you're tied to a wall like produce or like retail. And basically like you're picking a t-shirt or you're picking clothes. Buyers come through wherever you're at, wherever they put you. And they literally like, okay, there's a white kid, there's a black kid, there's an Indian kid, there's a girl, there's a guy. They check how big they check how much space your has, they check your teeth, they check your they check everything. They have a taste. They walk into a room and they have basically like how you have if you walk into a car lot and you're like, can I turn on the car? Can I sit in the car? Can I open the door? Can I sit in the seat? That's literally what's going on in an auction. For children, for 6-year-olds, for 7-year-olds. They walk into an auction and they will say like, I will buy for a test sample of 2 fingers. I will buy for a test sample of a full hand. And they literally get to walk up to a 6-year-old and shove their hand up their cooch. That is what we're talking about. You have people, there's a picture of a baby, like maybe 5, 6 years old. It's a little baby boy and he has like a leash around his neck and they're walking him around and he's on the floor. Okay. I know everybody has seen this picture before. The thing with that's also a test. Somebody will on the floor, somebody will piss on the floor, a guy will on the floor, a female will, squirt on the floor, and they will bring in a child to walk through that, to play in it, to lay in it, to put on their body, to lick it, to see if they can walk around and act like a dog, to lick their shoe, to see how well their gag reflexes are. It's a gag reflex check. So if they come in and they're feeling horny and somebody starts floor and they bring in a child, they're going to check for that child's gag reflex by putting them in the middle of that and seeing if they throw it. That's what we're talking about. You get me now?
The story reportedly started in April 2020, during the COVID-19 lockdown. Diddy was hosting an Instagram Live Danceathon fundraiser when he introduced a tall young woman named Ava Barron, describing her as his adopted daughter. During the live stream, Ava appeared to introduce herself using her own name. Diddy then stepped in and told her to use his last name instead. That moment immediately caught people's attention and led to questions online about who Ava was, where she came from, and how she had become part of Diddy's family. The situation became even more controversial when Jaguar Wright made allegations claiming that Diddy had obtained Ava from her parents. Those claims quickly spread online, and people began searching for information about Ava's background. Some online discussions later claimed that Ava had previously been reported missing and came from a troubled family situation. There were also allegations involving her mother, Catherine and Baldwin, with claims that she had moved around the country while trying to avoid involvement from Child Protective Services. However, these claims remain allegations and online speculation, and they should not be presented as proven facts without reliable evidence.
This week in our Missing series, we focus our attention on a little girl named Ava Grace Baldwin. She was just 6 years old when she was reported missing from her elementary school in Texas. She had not shown up for school in nearly 3 weeks when the school contacted her father. Police believe her mother took her. For the last 8 years, her dad has been on a quest to find Ava.
When I lose my tooth, the tooth fairy will come and get it and leave me money under my pillow because I lose the tooth and I brushed it nice and clean. Thank you, tooth fairy.
In September 2015, David Hopper got a call from his daughter, Ava Grace's elementary school. Ava hadn't been to class for 21 days. Did he know where she was? Ava and her mom, Catherine Baldwin, lived in San Antonio, Texas. David lived in central Oklahoma, a 7-hour drive away. Ava was the product of a 34-day marriage. David called San Antonio police to report his little girl missing. What they found surprised them.
When we sent the police out there to the location of the last address that we had known from, it turned out to be an empty lot. And that's when we kind of figured, okay, there's something going on here.
David says from the moment that Catherine told him she was pregnant, he sought to be the father that Ava would want and need. But getting that chance was more than difficult. David hired 5 different lawyers and spent upwards of $45,000 battling with Catherine in the courts, both in Texas and Oklahoma, to get a custody arraignment of his spunky little girl.
Yeehaw, partner! How you doing?
She's just the perfect little girl. She was really surprised to know that she had a lot of family on this side of the family.
All the while, David says Catherine's life was spiraling. He says she was in and out of church missions, shelters, and relationships as he fought for more access to Ava. But David says one day Child Protective Services was alerted to a salacious video of Catherine performing a sex act. 2-year-old Ava was in bed behind her.
People online later noticed another detail that they believe makes the story even more confusing. The young girl Diddy introduced in 2020 appeared, to some viewers, to resemble an older version of Ava. The timeline became a major part of the discussion. Claims circulating online said Ava had been reported missing in 2015. If the girl in Diddy's 2020 livestream were the same person, supporters of the theory argued that her age would appear to line up. That led to one central question. Were these actually the same person, or was the resemblance and matching name simply a coincidence? People pointed to several similarities, including the name, appearance, and the proposed timeline. They also questioned why there was so little publicly available information about the girl's parents or background. Diddy's limited public explanation only fueled more speculation online. Later, after Cassie's allegations against him became public, the story received renewed attention. Some people also claimed that Diddy eventually stopped describing Ava as his adopted daughter and disputed that characterization. Others argue that even if there was never a formal legal adoption, Diddy could still have known or been caring for the girl before introducing her publicly. But it's important to separate online theories from verified information. The claim that the girl in the 2020 livestream was the missing Ava has not been established as fact by reliable evidence.
If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker.
P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to. Okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down, the other side of the code has to go down. If there's a property linked to that person, Kevin Hart, because they had something to do with the trafficking of Bieber, then their property will go down because there's a code to that property. There's a code to everything. Your social security number is like a code. Okay. But depending on the level of MK Ultra, people have auctions for the codes on that person. So they can use a remote to them like a TV and shut them down, turn it up, use somebody else, change it whenever they feel.
As for the claims connecting Ava to the island estate, some people online believe she may have been taken there and exploited before Diddy later presented her as someone under his care. But there is no reliable evidence proving that happened. At this point, that part of the story is based entirely on online speculation, so it should be treated with caution. Katt Williams, meanwhile, has been speaking publicly about Diddy and the entertainment industry for years. In 2024, he warned that the truth would eventually come out. Since then, Diddy has faced serious legal trouble and public scrutiny, which has caused many people to revisit Katt's earlier comments. Still, Katt's statements should not be treated as proof of the specific claims surrounding Ava. Those allegations require independent evidence and verification.
They be having these big parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a mother mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you look in the wrong room, and
all of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
As always, people online had plenty of reactions to the story. One person questioned whether Diddy ever legally adopted Ava and expressed concern about her well-being. They also asked why his other children had not publicly addressed where their supposed adoptive sister was. Another commenter simply wrote, "Poor Ava," while a longer response focused on the live stream itself. They said the video felt uncomfortable, especially when Ava referred to Diddy as Papa Diddy. The commenter believed Ava may have been coached on what to say, but interpreted some of her comments as suggesting that Diddy had found her on the street. They also claimed that the live stream ended suddenly when Ava appeared ready to say more. However, that interpretation is based on the viewer's opinion, not confirmed evidence. So what do you think? Was Ava actually adopted by Diddy, or was the entire situation misunderstood? And do you believe the woman in the live stream was the same Ava who was reportedly missing? Share your thoughts in the comments, and check out the next video for another story that has sparked plenty of discussion.